what happens when two idiots give life advice, explore unrealistic situations, and give random topics more thought than they deserve. It's Randomosity with Shawn and Mark. Welcome to Randomosity with Shawn and Mark, episode number 8. Also, our Thanksgiving episode.
Gobble, gobble, buddy.
On today's show, we're going to draft the best sides for our Thanksgiving feast. We're going to talk about Thanksgiving and just some related topics. And what else do we have? Shawn, you have a surprise for us today.
Oh, buddy, do I. You're going to love this.
And I have no idea what it is. He won't tell me. He's been very secretive.
Well, it's not a surprise if I tell you. It's not a surprise.
Very secret squirrel going on.
Well, it's Thanksgiving, so I don't know if squirrels are going to be involved, but
turkey. Oh, yeah, okay.
I can't divulge anything.
So what? Anything going on?
No, nothing's going on this week. Nice, quiet week. Yeah. I mean, work and
you're off
preparing
from work
for this. Yeah, I've got Thanksgiving week off, so bully for me.
Yeah. Oh, and we're back in our own studio.
Yeah, we're back in Studio R. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a great thing. We got the fireplace going here, and getting ready for the big Thanksgiving day, the big turkey day, and just some good things. Went to the store last night and noticed that it was busy.
Oh yeah, it's always going to be busy with, especially what's going on now, and then you had Thanksgiving on top of it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think some people aren't like doing their big Thanksgiving get-togethers. Some people aren't, and I think that you see a lot more stuff gone because of that. I think. I mean, it's all due to the beer bug, I guess.
Right.
As
and
Jim,
And this is how dumb I am. He was calling it the beer bug on the episodes that he was on. I'm like, I know he's talking about COVID, but why is he calling it the beer bug? Corona.
Yeah. I finally figured that out too. I was driving around and I was like going, I'm just picturing. I am an idiot.
I'm just picturing you at a red light going, holy beep.
Yeah.
It's
and then I laid on the horn, got a gallon of gas. No.
Nice callback, sir. Do you think you're better than me?
Yeah.
Hey, coffee just showed up. Awesome.
Yeah. All right.
They,
I mean, the beer bug is, of course, the big, big thing. And I know we don't get political on the show or anything, but I mean, it's affected us in some ways. And, we had to kind of Zoom. Well, we didn't have to we didn't.
We did Zoom, yeah.
And so that happened. And then I was talking to my sister the other day, and she mentioned that somebody in her office didn't realize it, but then had a fever, and so she went to get tested. And of course, now my sister's got once they find out if this coworker is positive or not, now they're going to have to do this. Where she'll either quarantine or if she'll get symptoms, then she'll go get tested, and we'll see what happens. So I mean, Thanksgiving this year, so just to bring it all together, tie it in a nice little bow, is going to be different this year.
Yeah, and you mentioned the COVID thing. I had a buddy that he feels 100% fine. If he hadn't had to get tested because somebody that they were in contact with tested positive, he wouldn't have gotten tested. He feels 100% fine, but he tested positive.
Wow.
It's just weird how you can have no symptoms. I had a friend back back over the summer. All she had was a cough, but she tested positive. And it
affects different people in different ways. And I think if you have
I've heard
pre-existing conditions, then it certainly could be far worse. It could be.
Yeah, I'm not trying to minimize anything by saying that. I'm saying it's weird that they are positive and have these minimal symptoms. And I've heard of people, on ventilators because of this.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, and people have died because of this as well. Not to bring the show down to that level, but yeah, I mean, we got to watch out. We've got to wear our mask. We've got to wash our hands. We've got to socially distance, and we'll get through this. We'll get through this. And
we
absolutely will. To bring a positive spin on it, I've seen more places decorated for Christmas already.
Yeah.
I mean, quickly. I mean, even way before Thanksgiving. I mean, normally, you start seeing it around the time, but man, just so much more of that. I mean, I'm not going to even. The stores always switch
right, exactly,
really quickly and have Christmas stuff up, but I've seen more people have that up, and I think we're going to maybe probably decorate here probably this weekend or sometime next week.
Yeah, and I would put a tree up, but I have cats, and I have one cat that he loves to climb things, and I would have a murdered tree.
Oh boy, that reminds me of a story. A buddy of mine, Rick, and his wife, one time, this was a while ago, we went over and helped them decorate for Christmas, and they put up their tree, and we decided we'd go out and eat somewhere, and then we came back. Now they had a couple of cats and a couple of ferrets. So when we came back, we had to redo the tree.
I'm surprised you had a tree to redo.
Yeah, and the ferrets were in the tree, and new decorations.
Yeah, you got some furry tinsel. Oh no, that's the ferret.
Yeah, that's the ferret. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm normally against early Christmasing, but I think this year I'm putting that on the back burner. People need things to lighten the mood, to lift their spirits. So I'm off early Christmas this year. Get the decorations out, get the trees up. This is the one time you're going to hear me say that. Next year I'll be complaining again, I'm sure.
Yeah, you won't hear me say that, but that's
Mark's fine with Christmas in July.
I'm a fanatic.
Yeah.
Isn't that okay?
Right. All right, so
don't forget to follow us on Twitter at Randomosity Pod, and like us on Facebook at Randomosity with Shawn and Mark. And if you have questions, would you rathers, need advice from the problem solvers, you can leave any and all of those right there on Twitter and Facebook, and then we'll get them on the program. We got on the Twitter thing, all our polls and stuff are going to go on there. I think we did the problem solvers with the guy with the milk, the different kinds of milk, and we've already put that poll up, and I'll bring that up right now. But
with Christmas coming,
there is 4 days left in this poll, so if you want to get on there and vote. So we ask, if just out of the three options, which milk do you prefer? And we have skim milk, 2%, and whole milk. And Shawn and I both talked in the last program about that we picked whole milk.
Right, exactly.
A whole milk is losing right now, and skim and 2% are tied. So if you're a big whole milk person, go to Twitter and go to at Randomosity Pod and make sure you vote in this. And so hopefully we'll have an answer for you soon, but we do have 4 days left in that poll.
All right. So now with these polls on there and Christmas coming, do we have a North Pole on there?
A North Pole, yes. We'll have to have a North Pole.
I'm always going to go.
Is there going to be a South Pole too?
Yeah,
because
maybe.
you've got to have the option,
Right. Yeah, I'm always going to go for the low-hanging fruit on comedy. We know this, yeah.
You just hit you in the head.
Right, exactly.
I think we will do a poll. We'll talk about that on another episode. But yeah,
all right.
There's going to be a poll that we're going to finally decide on what a certain movie is or not.
Oh, I think I know where we're going with that. All right. All right.
So how about we move on to the draft?
All right, sounds good. It's time for the draft. This segment will be Thanksgiving sides, the best Thanksgiving sides, since Thursday's the big turkey day.
That is true, and happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Because we don't know when you're going to actually listen to the program. It comes out on Sundays, but last week we got it out a little early. I actually was up at 12:30 at night and went ahead and uploaded it. Then it doesn't always happen that way, but this past week we got it out a little early.
I like that you uploaded it at 12:30 at night, and then by 8 in the morning there were already 3 listens. Who's listening? Who's downloading podcasts that early?
Well, we do have some international
that's true. That's
listeners. True. So welcome to the program.
Guten Tag.
Yeah.
Germany was one, and
Yeah, and we added New Jersey. I know that's not a
I
foreign
was going to
country.
say, Mark,
but,
that's here in America.
Bonjour.
Mark.
No.
It's New Jersey. It's more like, how you doing?
Yeah, that's right.
That was New York. Hold on. Well, Jersey sounds like New York to me, so we'll go with that.
You think you're better than I am?
How'd that coffee just get there?
Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
All right,
so the last draft we did, of course, was the superhero draft. Somehow I won that. I don't know how, but I did.
So since he won that and he went last time, I'm gonna let him go first this time. I'm the rule maker.
Well, that's probably a mistake on your part because I'm gonna snag.
Well, you have to.
One of the best. Now, pumpkin pie is a dessert, so that's not a side. So if that's on your list, you may need to change that.
Nah, it's not.
Okay. Because we'll talk about pies later on, but this, of course, is just those side dishes.
Okay.
You know, you get your turkey. Some people do duck.
Mm-hmm.
I was at the store last night, and I noticed that they had a goose that you could buy.
So
it was $85, Shawn.
So when you went through the thing, was it duck, goose?
Goose. Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
Okay.
Yes. $85 though. I don't know.
For a goose.
I would like to try that sometime, but I
where I work, gooses. I was almost like gooses. Geese just run wild. I could just grab one for you.
Yeah, but then I'd have to get the feathers off of it.
Yeah, that might not be good. All right.
I don't know. That'd be more of a Christmas thing, though, isn't it? I mean,
yeah.
You think back to like the, Ebenezer Scrooge and all that. And
buy me the fattest goose.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, goose was a big thing, and turkey was what,
Mm-hmm.
the people that didn't have money bought. And what's funny is that almost was our national bird because that's what Benjamin Franklin wanted. So I guess I don't know what we would have had instead.
Would we be eating bald eagles then at Thanksgiving?
I don't know. It'd be a different kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have the first. So I'm sorry, Shawn, I'm going to take this.
Mm-hmm.
Mashed potatoes and gravy.
Okay, I've got it back.
I think that's the the 101 there.
Oh yeah. I mean that's the top draft pick. That's the first one. Anybody who didn't have the number one draft pick knew they weren't going to get that. But yeah, mashed potato. You got to have the brown gravy at Thanksgiving. I'm
turkey
thinking.
Gravy.
Well, yeah, turkey gravy, right? Yeah. We always just call it brown gravy and white gravy in my house. But yeah, turkey gravy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I? I put it on
creamy, buttery mashed potatoes. Oh.
You're talking about the gravy. That reminded me of the story that so last year was the first year I smoked a turkey, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was real hard to keep lit.
I bet it's hard to get a drag off of that.
Right. So, I
don't know if that's bad for your health or not.
I feel fine. Anyway, so I've got a pretty small kitchen, right? And I'm a big guy. And so I've got the turkey on the after I brought it in the house, I've got it sitting resting on the top of the stove.
Sure.
And I'm getting the juices for the gravy. Put them in the cup. Put the cup on the side over here. And I'm going to do some of the things. I turn around. My butt hits the tray that the turkey's on.
Oh no.
The turkey stayed up, but the tray then hit the gravy thing, hit the gravy cup, and it just went all over the kitchen.
Oh no.
I had to wash the drapes. I had to wash the side of the wall. And this is at 11:30 at night before Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to run to Walgreens because they were the only thing open. Thankfully, they had chicken stock.
Okay.
So I was able to make a passable gravy out of that.
So you actually make gravy like from the stock.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You don't use the packet. We do a combination. We use the packet plus the drippings.
Right. Well, and I'll use the stock when I'm basting too.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do that too. But I generally don't make the gravy from the stock. I try to make it from the actual item. Like if I'm making like a
the stock of the bird. I mean the actual drippings.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I kind of figured you were going to take mashed potatoes. It was either going to be mashed potatoes or the one I'm going to pick as number one.
Yeah, I have it on my list, I think. But
stuffing?
Yes.
Yeah, dressing. Some people call it stuffing. What? I understand why it's called stuffing. I get that because originally it was in the birds. You stuff the birds with it.
Well, and that's probably how it got that name, but it was probably called dressing. But yes, then you think of salad dressing, and it's
right,
like,
exactly.
Put ranch on my turkey. I don't know.
So now I'm not delineating which stuffing or dressing.
No, because it's off the board.
I prefer cornbread stuffing.
Oh, yes.
I prefer cornbread stuffing, but just any stuffing. And it's weird. It's one of those things as a kid I did not like stuffing.
See, I grew up with cornbread stuffing, and here's a funny story. My mom would make this cornbread stuffing, and it was just fantastic. And she told me here recently that for the last couple years, she's been doing it with stovetop stuffing.
She's been lying to you, Mark.
Right, and it's like, I knew it tasted a little different, but just thought, oh, well,
Now, is she just admitting to doing it these last 2 years? Or is this kind of like a way of, that's what she's done all the time?
She's
but
like,
just
nobody noticed.
Oh, so it was where she said she'd always done it with the stovetop.
No, she's always done it the other way. Like,
I got you.
And but my wife makes some great stuffing too, and it's a totally different kind of stuffing. Yeah, I mean, stuffing is great.
Yeah, and that's one of those things as a kid I did not like.
Really?
And then, yeah, I'm not sure why. Taste changes as you grow up, but now I absolutely love it.
Man, I'll tell you that. Yeah, now do you cook it in the bird, or do you? Well, you smoke.
I smoke the turkey, so I don't put it in the bird when I do that. Now, last year when I smoked the bird, it was taking so long. The reason it was 11:30 at night when I was making the gravy was because of how long it was taking to cook and reach the ideal temperature, and it never quite got it. For some reason, I couldn't get the smoker hot enough. So, towards the end of the night, I ended up putting it in the oven.
Oh, okay.
So it smoked for like 12 hours.
So it got that smoky flavor.
Oh, yeah, absolutely it did. And so since it was not reaching temperature, I put it in the oven for, I forget, an hour to get it to that temperature, and it was fine. It was great. I got put in charge of turkey after that.
Well, there you go. Yeah, because smoked turkey is fantastic.
I wish I could get myself brave enough to try fried turkey. I mean, I've eaten fried turkey, but to make fried turkey, I just don't want to set my house on fire. I know, go do it in the yard and all that. I'd find a way. I'm an idiot. I would find a way.
Catch the lawn on fire, the trees, it would be a mess.
And since it'd be a grease fire, I go get the hose, and just spread it.
Oh. Speaking of smoked turkey, I mean, we bought some smoked turkey legs, and but then we also bought some wings. Have you ever thought about doing this?
Turkey wings?
Yeah, turkey wings, and they were smoked, and they were great.
Well, when I make the turkey, it's a whole turkey, so
right.
But
I meant like it's not Thanksgiving, so
you just go buy the turkey wings and you put them in the smoker. Yeah,
it was really good. Actually, you wouldn't even have to do that. You just grill them because they're already smoked.
Right.
Just fantastic.
I just thought about that. If you did turkey wings like you did chicken wings with the hot wings.
Oh, that would be interesting.
Yeah, it doesn't have the same taste as chicken though, so I bet it would. It's a little turkey's a little gamier. Well, gamier is not the right word, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Well, I grew up with my dad going turkey hunting, and we would have, wild turkey, and
the bird or
yes.
Okay. Just checking. I don't know how old you were.
Yeah. Yeah. So they, it is gamier, but I didn't know any different because I grew up eating that stuff, and it was kind of weird when you had to actually go to the store and buy it.
Yeah. All right, so pick number 2 for Mark Decker.
Yeah, I'm trying to go between 2, and I'm trying to think, because a lot of people like this. I actually don't, but I'm going to go ahead and take it because I think that it's a staple for Thanksgiving.
Okay.
And, but a lot of people do like this, and it certainly is out there. Sweet potatoes.
See, I'm right with you on there. I do not like sweet potatoes.
I don't. I like them raw, which is weird, I guess, but I don't like them cooked. And you got to do it right. I mean, you got to put the marshmallows on it, and I guess the brown sugar in it, and I can see where it would be good. But see, I don't like sweet potato pie either.
Right, I don't like. The only way I can eat sweet potato is as sweet potato fries.
Now, I tried those. We were somewhere. And we tried those, and they were really good. I didn't mind those, and I thought, maybe I'll try, the sweet potatoes at Thanksgiving. But I can't get into it. I don't know why.
Right.
But I'm taking them on the draft.
Yeah, well, yeah, I was gonna do that. I was basically gonna do the same thing if you didn't take them. I was like, I don't like them, but I want to win. So
Yeah.
yeah, and my mom, she thinks I'm very weird. I love butternut squash. Don't like sweet potatoes.
See, that is weird because I would think that now I do like.
They have a similar taste
Now
palette.
Panera has like a butternut, or they do at certain times of the year, and I guess this is the time of the year it would be.
Right.
But they have the butternut squash soup, and I don't mind.
Oh,
that,
I love the butternut squash soup.
but I can't eat a lot of it.
They got the black sunflower seeds in them. I love that.
Yeah, and it's just like I don't know why, but
But yeah, so I was gonna say something else. Oh, yeah, I'm not as angry about sweet potatoes as I am about coconut. Like if coconut's in something, I will throw it off the roof. I hate coconut with a passion. Sweet potatoes, I could eat them if I had to.
Let's run down some of the things that Shawn doesn't like right now, and just
Okay.
let's.
There's
let's
not that
talk
many when it
about
comes to
this.
food. There's not many,
Okay.
but
You don't like coconut,
don't like coconut.
right? And you don't like pineapple,
Not a huge fan of it, but I am to the point now where if I get a fruit salad, I won't pick it out.
right? Now, Shawn has a story about when he was a kid.
Okay, I know where
and
this
he
is
would
going
eat
already.
Kiwi.
Yeah.
Now, Shawn, did you peel the kiwi?
So in my house, my dad always ate the kiwi whole, so that's what I
So
thought
the
you were supposed to
fuzz
do.
and
Yeah,
everything.
you just chomp into it, so that's what I thought
Okay.
you were supposed to do.
So this would explain a lot why he doesn't like coconut and pineapple, because if you just chomped into one of those, that would be, well, first of all, you'd lose your teeth with the coconut.
Right,
and
right.
of course the pineapple is going to cut your mouth all up. So, or the pineapple, yeah, it would cut your mouth all up. So maybe that's the problem here.
Right. Yeah, no, I know you're supposed to peel coconut or pineapple and
And then
break the
out,
coconut.
yeah.
I
do
don't-
like coconut. I like coconut cream pie. I like.
And it's not just the texture, and maybe that was the start. Maybe at the start it was the texture I didn't like, but now even the taste, I'm just like,
My sister doesn't like coconut. In a different holiday, but at Easter, my grandma would always make a coconut cake, and my sister didn't like it. She'd have to do half coconut, half not. And I never quite understood that because there was more of us that liked coconut. So why did my sister get a whole half of a cake
devoted to her.
Yeah,
right?
and then I had to fight for mine, but
Because she wanted good cake, that's why. All right,
so you're not a big fan of pina coladas.
No, and there's so we're gonna run a little long in this segment, but I'm fine with it. Are you fine with it?
I'm fine with it.
So when
It's
I
the
was
holiday.
when I was a young lad, obviously I didn't know anything about liquor at the time. Talking about 8, 9 years old, but I like to try different things, different tastes. As a kid, what you could get onto. So the snow cone lady was driving around, and we stopped her, and she had something on there called pina colada. Well, I don't know what a pina colada is at that point, so I'm like, oh, well, let me try that flavor. As soon as I tasted it, coconut and pineapple, two things that I absolutely hated, I was like, I just wasted 50 cents.
Man.
Which, when you're 8 years old in the 80s...
So you wouldn't like Tiger Blood either then?
No. And I found out Tiger Blood had coconut in it the hard way, too, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I learned at that point to ask, well, what's in that flavor, so that I...
Huh.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
All right, so
I think it's to you now.
Yeah, it is to me, and I've got a choice to make here. The reason I have a choice is because I could do this in one of two ways, and I think I'm going to take the more popular way, but I don't know if it takes the entire vegetable off the board. Green bean casserole.
It's on my list, so yeah, that would take the green beans off the list. Yeah.
Okay. I love green beans as by themselves, but the casserole, you get the onions on top, the Funyuns, or it's not Funyuns, but I never can remember what they're called. You get the canister of French's.
Yeah, they're the
French's fried onions, is it?
Fried onions. Yeah,
French's fried onions.
And then it's got that cream in there. Oh yeah.
Oh my God, that's just so good.
My mother-in-law, she used to make that every year, and that's how I figured out that I really liked green bean casserole. So yeah, I mean that's a good choice.
Oh yeah, green bean casserole, green beans by themselves. You can give them to me either way. Oh yeah, that's got to be right up there.
Okay, my next one, I'm gonna go with this, and it's kind of specific, but it could be. I mean, it'll take this off the board completely, but white shoe peg corn. So that's the little bitty pieces of white corn.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
a little butter, a little salt, a little pepper, and it's Thanksgiving, man. So I'm taking white shoe peg corn, which is specific, but
It takes corn off the table. 'Cause
it takes corn off the
I was
table.
gonna have cream corn on mine. Thanks, Mark. So now I gotta make another choice.
my son used to call that corn soup.
Okay, I'm gonna pick this one just on tradition. I'm not a huge fan of it. I'll eat it, but the cranberry sauce.
Oh, see, I had that too, but that's a good pick. That really is a good pick.
Yeah, you may or may not see it on my plate. I don't hate it, but there's usually things I like better than it, and I want to make room on my plate for it. And then I always say, well, I'll get it on seconds, and I go back and I get seconds on the stuff that I really, really like.
Well, let me ask this then on that. The cranberry sauce, do you make it with like real cranberries?
I don't actually make it. So my
or just sliced from the can.
The one that's at the table, I'm not sure. I'll have to ask my mom or my sister. And I'm honestly trying to remember if we've had it since my grandmother passed.
Maybe she made it. I mean,
if we're talking about my grandma, she would have made it.
Well, did it have like whole cranberries that were like broken up? Or?
Oh no.
So it was probably the can, which is like great too.
Oh yeah.
But I've gotten into actually making it. Now I couldn't find cranberries last night at the store.
Oh really?
So probably no cranberry sauce this year, and maybe I'll just go buy a can of it, slice it up.
What I love about cranberry sauce is in the can is just when it comes out.
Oh yeah. Oh boy. And then you got the grooves and stuff from the can. And,
All right, and last pick for you, Mark.
My last pick. Okay, so I'm gonna go with macaroni and cheese.
Okay. Mac and cheese, always a good.
I thought of other things, but that seems like one of those Thanksgiving Day cheesy macaroni.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right. That's a solid ender there.
Yeah.
So now for my last pick, and my mom's gonna wonder why this isn't higher on my list.
Oh, great.
And Mom, the only reason it's not higher on my list is because I was trying to win, and I figured those other ones would get me more votes.
Funny.
But deviled eggs.
Oh, deviled eggs!
I love deviled eggs.
See,
I
do not like them.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know why. But I know that's a solid pick too.
That is a solid pick. Yeah, I just figured the stuffing, green bean casserole, and cranberry sauce was going to get me more votes.
We've got a great meal here, Shawn.
Oh, I think so. We're getting fat off this.
We just need the smoked turkey here, and
exactly.
And some pie, and we're good to go.
Right
for this.
Right. So we'll go ahead and post this on our Facebook, also on our Twitter.
Real quick.
Yeah, recap. So Mark's choices, top through bottom.
Yeah, it was mashed potatoes and gravy.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet potatoes, white shoe peg corn, and macaroni and cheese.
All right, and then I had the stuffing or dressing, specifically cornbread in my case, but stuffing, green bean casserole, cranberry sauce, and then the deviled eggs.
Yeah. See, I think this is going to be a close one, actually.
Yeah. You know what I tried to do last year, but couldn't get the eggs to release from the shell properly because I didn't think to buy them soon enough. So, I was using new eggs, and how it is trying to hard-boil new eggs and get the shell off.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to use older eggs for that. I was going to try and make spicy deviled eggs. Now, it would have been me, my dad, and my brother-in-law is the only one eating them. My little sister was in town last year. She's vegetarian, though, so I don't think eggs are her thing. She used to be vegan, and I knew they weren't her thing when she was vegan. I think vegetarian still falls under that with no eggs. But what I was going to do was I was going to add some. I found some habanero pepper.
Oh, here we go with the habaneros again.
Yeah. Well, now I know what I'm doing. So I was going to find that, and I was going to mix in some red food dye with the yolk, so I would have an orange yolk. And
oh, that'd be interesting.
Yeah, so it'd be an orange yolk. So that way, my mom wouldn't accidentally also pick up because the spice in her, it would be bad. It would be very bad for her. So that's why I was gonna. But then I couldn't get the peel to come off properly.
Oh.
Yeah. No. So I ended up making Chex Mix.
I actually found a good way to boil eggs, so I'll have to share that with you.
It's not the what do they call it when you boil?
Well, you boil them. So you get
boil them, mash them, put them in a pot.
Yeah. So you potatoes. No. So you put your eggs in the water, cold water.
Right.
And you go through the process of heating them up, right? Once they start to boil, turn it off, let it sit for, I want to say, maybe 15 minutes or so.
Okay.
Then transfer them into some ice water.
And see, I do the ice water, but I don't think I let them sit. I think it's as soon as the
let them sit so they start to cool down a bit.
Okay.
And continue to cook, and then transfer them in. Oh, there we go. Follow us for more recipes.
Right.
Randomosity.
Yeah, we'll have a recipe section. We probably could come up with a weird recipe section for some things.
Oh yeah, I think we could.
Yeah, I don't know that anybody would like some of the stuff I come up with, but I like it. Like my bourbon and lime pepper jerky.
And like you were saying, that we're going to post this on
Facebook and
now,
Twitter.
The Twitter will be where the poll's at, so you can vote on that. So make sure you go to at Randomosity Pod.
And if this idiot here, I'm pointing at myself, can ever figure out Instagram, this will be on Instagram as well. I'm trying to set up our Instagram, and we have a channel. We technically have a channel. I am having the hardest time getting anything to post onto it.
Really?
Well, I'm trying to do videos now because I'm trying to get our trailers on there.
Sure.
And Instagram and videos don't really get along, so there are trailers up there now, but they're framed out of whack. If you want to see how an idiot puts up Instagram, go look at our Instagram now because you'll get a good laugh out of it.
Well, we are on Facebook and Twitter, so there you go.
So you got those good ones, and then once I get Instagram figured out, we'll start putting that out there. Right. All right. So up next, everything Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving is such an amazing time to spend with family and friends. It's a wonderful opportunity to get that warm and fuzzy feeling around the hearth with your loved ones. However, things don't always go quite as planned. But isn't that what makes life so very interesting? Wouldn't you say, Shawn?
I think so. Yeah, the unplanned things make it fun.
Sure. With the whole family getting together. I don't know. Together. Or together. There's bound to be something that goes awry. When that happens, the only thing you can really do is laugh. And that's what it's all about, isn't it? I mean, getting together, laughing, having a good time.
What most people don't know is Mark did that on purpose because we had just talked about when things don't go perfectly.
And there we go.
See, he did that on purpose.
That's right. I meant to do that. Thanksgiving is a wonderful time, Shawn. I mean, growing up, you remember those days getting up and, your mom would probably be up way before you.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Starting the turkey and getting things lined out for the meal and people coming over, or I don't know if you went to your grandparents or whatever.
We went to my grandparents. My grandma loved to cook, so we always went over there.
So she was probably up like at 4 a.m.
Oh yeah, absolutely she was. She'd be up that early, and my mom would go over there and help, and we'd go play in the basement. Grandma always had all the best toys over there. She had this huge deck of cards that we loved to play with. Do you remember the game show? Was it Card Sharks?
Oh,
high or low.
Yeah.
We would play that down there while they're cooking Thanksgiving dinner up above.
Oh boy. Yeah, because I remember the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Are they even doing that this year?
Probably, I would imagine not. Can you do a parade virtually like that? I mean, a parade on that scale?
I see. That just doesn't seem like you could do it. I'm not sure if that's... we'll have to look and see if they're even doing it this year. I don't know.
Right.
I know that, we have a Christmas parade down here, and that's been canceled.
Right.
And I know that Santa, they're really not going to... You can't sit on Santa's lap this year, and tell him what you want for Christmas. But I did see one place was doing... They did like a snow globe kind of thing. And and Santa's in the snow globe, so I guess the kids are around it. And have their picture taken. So I think that's
a pretty awesome idea.
It's a neat idea, but
I mean, so I'm guessing they got like a half plexiglass. Because I'm sure they're not enclosing them into plexiglass dome.
Right. I'm not sure exactly how that. Maybe the back's open or something, but where the people are, you're kind of completely closed in. It might be just plastic. Those plastic balls you were talking about.
Yeah, it might be something like that. Yeah.
So, I don't know. Does
it have snow falling?
See, I don't know. I didn't notice. I just saw kind of a picture of it, and so it was just a picture, so I couldn't tell what exactly. But that'd be kind of cool if you had the snow going.
Yeah.
Of course, poor Santa's getting snow all over him while he's
right.
there.
Well, it's not real snow. It'd be like cotton or potato flakes or something.
Or those little foam things. Yeah, that's an interesting thing. But the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, man, I remember watching that, and we still do that. And here in St. Louis, they had a Thanksgiving Day Parade, and a lot of places around the country, of course, do that.
Right, and yeah, it's a tradition. It's always going to be a tradition. It might be a different thing this year.
But there's no Santa Claus in Macy's this year, is what I'm hearing.
Is that COVID related, or is it just
that's COVID related?
Okay.
I mean, you can't have. I mean,
you can't sit on the lap. You can't. Right.
The lap, so we'll have to write letters to Santa, I guess.
And we did that anyway. So.
Yeah. And I know this is a Thanksgiving episode, but that's always the precursor. It's like Thanksgiving, and now we're going into the whole holidays, and
Well, and that's so Black Friday started, and that's right after Thanksgiving, and so that like you said, literally a precursor to Christmas. It's you eat turkey and then you go shopping, and
right.
And obviously this year's different, but any more Black Friday stuff starts the night of Thanksgiving.
That's how it's been going, because I know we were talking about that, and we would go to a local store every for at least the last 3 years, I think. We would go, and the night of Thanksgiving, we would go, and the store would be packed, and we'd always get these really nice hotel kind of sheet set for like dirt cheap. And other things, you pick out.
Right.
Oh yeah,
right.
we need to get that. We need to get that. I think there's going to be a lot more cyber.
Oh, absolutely.
Stuff
this year.
going on this year as far as shopping on Amazon and those places. But I think that you'll miss that somewhat. Is the key. The fireplace I have in here, which is just one of those little electric fireplaces, but that was gotten. My dad and I went out on a Black Friday to Home Depot and stood in line, and I was able to snag that.
Right. I used to work in retail, so I have like PTSD on regarding Black Friday, so I don't go out.
Right.
On Black
but it was
Friday.
always Friday. It was early in the morning. They would open the doors, but now, like you said, now they've started it like Thanksgiving night.
Right. Yeah. And so yeah, I my tradition for Black Friday is to stay inside, because I worked enough of those. I don't need to be in that, and anymore Black Friday just becomes a riot in a store.
Basically, I think so. I mean, people do get angry. They get. I mean, it's crowded. It's like, why can't you move faster?
and I'm sure it's just the sensationalized news. Not that all news is sensationalized, but when it comes to Black Friday, you always get the video of somebody starting a fight because they didn't get Tickle Me Elmo. Right. Or whatever the hot toy is that year.
Right. I remember I worked retail, and when the Cabbage Patch Dolls were out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my goodness. That was just a mess.
I bet it was.
And I worked in the toy department, so that was
that's
not
just
fun.
bad. Yeah, I worked in electronics most of the time.
That's still bad, though, because a lot of people getting electronic stuff. I mean, we all remember that.
Yeah,
I mean,
at Christmas time, basically, unless you were in the, I don't think there was a department that was free of.
Maybe hardware.
Sometimes,
but certain items. If you had to mix paint or anything, you probably weren't mixing much paint.
No, you weren't mixing much paint, but yeah. Electronics was always full. Toys, clothes were always jam-packed.
Cosmetics, jewelry. I mean, those kind of places.
Yeah, the pharmacy might have been the only place that was safe during.
Well, I remember this, and I still carry this tradition on. When I was a kid, we'd go over to my grandma's. You were talking about that, and they once they built their new house, and they had this room downstairs, and it was just so cool. I would sneak off down there, and Miracle on 34th Street was always on Thanksgiving. and because I guess because it starts with the Macy's parade and all that stuff, but I would watch that every year, and I still continue to do that. I love that movie, and it would be the old movie, not the,
Natalie Wood, and
yeah. So what a great movie, great message, and just and it brings back so many memories.
Bringing in satchel after satchel of Santa's letters.
Yes, exactly.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Santa goes to
in
court.
case you haven't seen it, it came out in, I don't know,
1940s, I think it might have been 1939.
Could have been 1939. It wasn't even a Christmas movie.
Right.
But I think it came out in the middle of summer.
Right. But yeah, they at the end, they trying to prove Santa's real, and well, how can you prove it? Well, there's all these letters that are written to him, and I'm still trying to figure out how letters written to Santa prove that he's real. But
you can't. They can't deliver stuff that's not real.
That's true.
That was the point.
That's right. I remember now. The thing I remember mostly about it, not mostly, but so I was a big I Love Lucy fan growing up, and Fred Mertz is the judge's PR rep.
That's right. That's right.
I'm just thinking, Fred Mertz is trying to get this guy good PR. That doesn't make sense. Fred's a grump.
He is a grump. Yeah.
And William Frawley in real life apparently was a grump. But anyway.
But yeah, we talked about Black Friday. I mean, that's going out shopping, going out. It's all about family and getting out and doing things and getting ready for the holidays. We give thanks, and then we go out, and then we aren't very thankful when we go shopping. You just talked about that with people just being crabby because they can't get the stuff that they want.
Right. I need that TV that's $20 today.
Yeah.
We ran out. How'd you run out? There's 7,000 people in this store.
Yeah, and usually they only have maybe 5.
Yeah, that's the thing I didn't get. When I was working retail, the PlayStation was the thing that was coming out.
Okay.
PlayStation 1, the OG. And it was we'd never have it. And then I remember this wasn't Black Friday, but it was still the Christmas shopping season. We had a shipment come in. We had a box come in, and it had the box would have 10 of them in it, I guess. I don't remember the exact number it had, but not a lot. And the manager of the electronics department said, "Okay, I'm going to go over the PA. I'm going to announce it." I said, "Hang on a minute." I made sure I got behind the counter, and he made the announcement. As soon as he made the announcement, I just dove under the counter, trying to make him laugh while he's doing the announcement. But also, I didn't want to get stampeded on because as soon as he made that announcement, people came a-coming.
Oh, yes. I mean, those are hot items, and everybody wants them, and it's.
By that point, though, people were conditioned.
They've got the new one. Is it out or is it coming out?
PS5. It's coming out, I think.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting.
Yeah, this is going to come out the Sunday before Thanksgiving, so I don't know by then if it'll be out. But as of this recording,
so if you're
it's not
looking
out.
for a gift for me,
The PS5.
No, I won't go that far with it. I'm not going to make you spend that much money, but I really want to check out the new game for PS4, which is Valhalla.
Oh, I saw the commercials for that. Yeah.
That's Assassin's Creed.
Yeah. I figured you were going to go for a Red Dead Redemption type game.
No, I have that.
I know. That's why.
That's a fun game, but this one just looks really, really neat. And I know they've done the one with I think is it the Greeks or yeah. So it was Odyssey or whatever.
I can't remember now, but it was.
Yeah. And that was a huge world. I mean, Skyrim, of course, was a huge world, and this isn't a game show, but
right.
But it's but there's some neat games out there.
Yeah, there are.
And I don't spend a lot of time playing games, and I know you don't either. But occasionally, you just like to sit down and play. I mean, I've even played, GTA a couple of times. I mean, missions are probably not my thing. It's just but
just driving around, crashing into
getting chased and everything else.
Now, back in the day, I used to play a lot, like with my buddies. When I guess PlayStation 1 and 2 would have been the big ones then.
Sure.
And we would have Madden tournaments, John Madden tournaments.
Oh yeah.
And NHL tournaments, the big ones were what we'd have. And I just remember we were living in an apartment, me and one of my buddies, and we would have these NHL tournaments, and we did them like weekly. And we had somebody living upstairs, and when we'd have these tournaments, we would just go off. We're in our early 20s, we don't know any better. We're stupid. some might say I'm still stupid, but I can remember the one time that they got the maddest. So you randomly chose your team. So I ended up with the Toronto Maple Leafs, and they had a guy in there, Matt Sundin, who's their big star at the time. And I just remember I generally didn't win these things, so I won with him, and I just shout after I score, Matt Sundin. The next thing you hear from upstairs, I'm like,
oh boy,
ooh, we're a little too loud.
Oh boy.
But yeah, so we would play those type of games. I would play a couple of what was that World War II game that I had? I think you even got it for me for Christmas one year.
What was that?
Medal of Honor, was it?
Medal of Honor or Call of Duty or Band of Brothers was another, or not?
It wasn't Band of Brothers, but it was Call of Duty.
Call of Duty,
okay. The World War II version, because I wouldn't say I'm like, I would say I'm a big fan of World War II history. But the reason I would not say that to you, Mark, is because you're a big fan of Civil War history and you know way more about the Civil War than I know about WW2. So when I'm talking to Mark, I won't say that I'm a huge...
I just thought of a guest we could have on, and we could talk about World War II. It's my daughter's boyfriend. He is huge, and I tell you what, his room is like a museum. He's he's bought all this stuff. He knows he knows everything about it, and it's just, I think that'd be a cool program maybe just to do. I know that's not really...
It's not comedy, but yeah,
it could be.
Oh, we could, yeah. Well, you can always turn World War II stuff into comedy. I mean, look at Mel Brooks.
Mel Brooks, yeah, did a great job with that.
So back to the Thanksgiving stuff. Now we've got our gaming segue out of the way.
We talked about retail, and you think, oh, that's such a bad job, Black Friday and all that, and just the whole leading up to Christmas thing. Right. But I can think of another job that might be worse.
Okay.
Yeah, to be on that Butterball hotline.
Oh, dear God, yeah, that would be...
People that don't know how to cook and are trying to figure it out. People that are, just have those questions. I mean, can you imagine getting some of those questions?
Oh, yeah, I put it in the oven and nothing's happening. Did you turn the oven on?
Oh, jeez.
Did you preheat the oven? What's preheating? Oh, my God. This person thinks that it goes right to 400 degrees.
Jeez. So I have an interesting story from the Butterball hotline. Okay. So people call in to get advice on how to cook their turkey, and those people are experts. They know everything about cooking a turkey, your preparation. I think even the sides and everything.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. So they know what they're talking about. Well, a woman called them to find out how long it would take to roast her turkey. That's a great question, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we always wonder, we want to make sure it's done, and we want to make sure we don't burn it.
Right.
So, she asked that question, and of course the expert came back and asked, well, how much does the bird weigh? Because that certainly figures in. I think it's so much per pound, right? And that's how long you're going to have to cook the bird. The woman responded, I don't know. It's still running around outside. So that's kind of scary.
Well, at least it was going to be fresh.
It was going to be fresh. So
if she caught it.
That's right. But you'd think somebody that was had a farm, and unless they just bought this live bird.
Well, I'm wondering, was it just she didn't think she was going to have a Thanksgiving dinner, and all of a sudden turkey runs out in her backyard, wild turkey, and I'm going to go get that turkey.
Yeah. I mean,
that's the video I want to see. I don't need to hear the audio of the phone call. I want to see the video of her capturing the turkey.
That would
because I guarantee you with that call, turkey was probably smarter than her.
Yeah. I mean, and if you're asking those kind of questions, then did she think it's like a lobster, you
just put it in live,
and I know from when I was young, and my dad, my grandpa and stuff would go turkey hunting, I mean, you have to get the feathers off of it, you have to
field dress it.
Yeah, you have to. There's so many things that you have to do, and I was thinking, hopefully this wasn't Thanksgiving Day and she thought it was just going to be an easy fix.
I'll just get get the bird, snap its neck, throw it in the oven. That's not how it works.
Oh yeah. Here's a funny story. Last night we were at the store. I told you, and going through the turkeys, and then there was this lady. Man, she was just like looking, and it seemed like she couldn't find a turkey that was big enough.
Right.
Kind of deal. And then so this store employee comes walking by, and she stops him, and she goes, "Hey, do these turkeys get any bigger?" Now, we all know that she was asking if there was a bigger
turkey. Right? Was there?
Did they have some in the back or whatever?
Right.
Or we hope so. But he comes back and he actually says this. Are you ready? No, ma'am, they're dead.
So who's the idiot here? The guy that thought she was talking about dead turkeys growing, or the lady who possibly thought that dead turkeys grew? We're not sure which way she was leaning yet. We're not positive.
I'm hoping that she was asking if they had any bigger turkeys, but
right. You know, I'm finding him in the 5 to 10 pound range or the 10 to 12 pound range.
Right.
I'm wanting a bigger range of turkeys. Do you have them? Probably should. I hope she cleared it up after that. If she didn't just slap him, but
yeah. See, I walked away because I just that was not where I wanted to be at that point. Oh my goodness.
Well, since we're talking funny things here, I know you had some turkey dad jokes that you Thanksgiving dad jokes.
Oh yeah.
And I've got a couple as well.
So kind of like in the tradition of Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg, how they do the dad jokes and try to make each other laugh. Shawn and I came up with some jokes.
Right.
And see if we can make each other, laugh. We'll knock a few of these out, and you can use them around your Thanksgiving table this year. They're up for grabs, that's for sure.
Right.
So you want me to start, or you?
Yeah, you go ahead and start.
Okay, so knock.
Who's there?
Arthur.
Arthur who?
Arthur, any leftovers?
Okay, so next for me, what do you get when you cross a turkey and a centipede?
A turkey and a centipede. What?
Drumsticks for everybody on Thanksgiving.
Hey, Shawn, why do pilgrims have trouble keeping their pants up?
Why, Mark?
Because they wear belts on their hats.
Yeah. So am I supposed to, if I think I might know the answer?
You can go ahead and say it.
Okay,
yeah, that's fine.
Where do you find the turkey with no legs?
A turkey with no legs? Where?
Exactly where you left him.
What's the difference between a chicken and a turkey?
What is the difference between a chicken and a turkey, Mark?
Chickens celebrate Thanksgiving.
Okay, you got me on that one.
Yeah.
What do you call, or what sound does a limping turkey make?
A limping turkey. They only have 2 legs. I don't know. What?
Wobble, wobble.
Wobble. You got me on that one, yeah. Oh, here. Did you hear about the X-rated turkey?
Can we air this one?
Yeah, we can.
Okay, yeah. No, I did not hear about the X-rated turkey.
Oh, it's served with very little dressing.
But what did the mother turkey say to her naughty son?
What?
If your father could see you now, he'd turn over in his gravy.
Oh boy. Which side of the turkey has the most feathers, Shawn?
I know this one, actually. The outside.
The outside, yeah.
If pilgrims were alive today, what would they be known for?
If pilgrims were alive today, what would they be known for? I don't know.
Their age.
Oh, I fell for that one. I walked right into it. How many turkeys does it take to change a light bulb?
How many?
Just one, but it takes about 5 hours.
So that's a practical answer.
Yeah.
Okay. that one made me laugh. You got me on that one. What do you get when you cross a turkey and a ghost?
A turkey and a ghost. Oh, man. Trying to run through all the names for ghosts and stuff like that. I don't know.
A poultrygeist.
Oh, I didn't even think that way. Why do turkeys eat so little?
Trying not to get fat for Thanksgiving? No, that's not it. What's the answer?
Because they're always stuffed.
But
We told you they're dad jokes. So.
yes, they are dad jokes. How does a turkey drink his wine?
Goblet.
Yeah.
What do you get when you cross a turkey? The beach and Broomhilda. It's kind of like the old Johnny Carson, the Karnak thing. You know?
Are you going to tap an envelope to your head and blow it open?
Exactly.
I'm going to have to say I don't know.
Turkey, sand, witch.
I would love to say that was a pity laugh, but that one actually got me. That one got me. Why didn't the Thanksgiving turkey play in the marching band?
Why's that?
Somebody had taken his drumsticks.
Oh, jeez. Let's do a couple more.
All right.
Shawn, you're a big music guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. What kind of music did the Pilgrims listen to?
Only because I know where they landed. I think I know the answer to this.
Go ahead, then.
Plymouth Rock?
Yes, Plymouth Rock.
So after you take the turkey out of the oven, how long do you let it rest?
How long do you let it rest? There's got to be something here. I don't know.
Well, it depends on how tired it is. I've got two more.
Okay.
If you got more, go with more with what you got, but I've got two.
We'll go with two more each, and we'll move on to something else. What did the turkey say to the turkey hunter on Thanksgiving Day?
What did he say?
Quack, quack.
Yeah, that's what I would think he'd say. Yeah. That one was right there, wasn't it?
It was right there.
What smells the best at Thanksgiving dinner?
What smells the best?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. I mean, if I want to be literal, I mean, everything smells good that's cooking, but there's got to be some kind of thing here. So go ahead.
I thought when you said literal, I thought you were going to give me the answer. Your nose.
Oh. Yeah. Okay.
That goes right there with your turkey light bulb one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What do you call a turkey on the day after Thanksgiving?
Grateful.
You're close. Lucky.
Lucky. And then this one's more of a, it's not a question and answer joke, but so my family had told me to stop making Thanksgiving jokes, but I told them I couldn't quit cold turkey.
Oh.
That's the last one I've got.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Thankfully, those
are fun. I mean, you share them with your friends, your family around the dinner table. It might spark some interesting conversations, of course.
Or start a food fight because they are tired of the bad jokes and they throw the mashed potatoes at you.
So what happens when you burn the turkey, Shawn?
You cry and then yeah.
Right. So, big fan of David Letterman. I think you probably were too back in the day.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
They had the top 10 kind of thing. So we want to look, because we want to be thankful.
Right.
So we want to look for the silver lining in things. So we burn the turkey. So the top 10 things that we're thankful for if you burn the turkey.
Okay.
All right. Number 10, salmonella will not be a concern.
All right. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Number 9, no one will overeat.
Good point. Good point.
Number 8, everyone will think that it's Cajun blackened.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah.
So they taste it and then
they taste and it's charcoal, right?
Yeah. Let's see. I have these numbered wrong, so I guess we're at 7. Your cheese broccoli lima bean casserole will get a newly found appreciation.
What was that casserole again? Cheese, broccoli, lima bean?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Somebody brings that.
Okay.
I saw this on the cooking channel.
Was it
There's some weird stuff out there.
Oh no, there is. Yeah.
Where are we at here? That was 7. Number 6, carving the bird will provide a good cardio workout. I mean, we're looking for the silver lining.
Yeah, you don't need an electric knife at that point. You need the chainsaw.
Right. Number 5.
Mm-hmm.
After dinner, the guys can take the bird into the backyard and play football.
Hut, hut, hike.
Yep. Number 4.
Mm-hmm.
The less turkey that Uncle George eats, the less likely he will walk around with his pants unbuckled.
Oh, and that's good for everybody.
That's see, silver lining.
Mm-hmm.
We got to think of the positive here.
Exactly.
With turkey.
Exactly.
Yeah. So number 3, well, the smoke alarm was due for a test.
Yeah, and it's right around daylight savings time. So that.
So
yeah.
Cooking tip:
Mm-hmm.
the fire alarm is not.
It's not a
timer.
No. Yeah. If that goes off, you've lost the war.
You have. Number 2, you'll get to dessert quicker.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There you go.
Mm-hmm. And the number 1
Mm-hmm.
silver lining behind burning the turkey: you won't have to face 3 weeks of turkey sandwiches.
Dun, dun, dun. Oh, wait, that's Johnny Carson.
Yeah.
I can't remember how the David Letterman.
I don't remember either, but yeah.
Top 10. I miss those.
I do too. I mean, those were always fun. I remember buying the books.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, and they were just so funny.
I had those, and I had the Jay Leno headline books.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Those were funny as well. Too bad we didn't think of Thanksgiving headlines that we could have done. One of the things that Thanksgiving is not Thanksgiving until the WKRP thing.
Oh yeah, Oh yeah, you've got to watch the Thanksgiving episode of WKRP every year.
Yeah,
it's just so quotable. There's a plane flying by now. There's a banner on the back, and it says "Happy Thanksgiving." And while he's reading this, Johnny Fever's in the studio just doing the wrap it up sign. And you think he should know what this says since he's getting WKRP.
Yeah.
My favorite part is when he's getting kicked right as they go to the remote. He's getting kicked out of the store that he's in. You can't record in here, buddy.
Oh, jeez, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, keep moving. I can't go in there.
Yeah. So, for those that don't know, we'll do a little bit of a spoiler, but I think most people have seen it by now. It's only been off the air for 35 years.
Something like that. Yeah, it's
so they're doing a remote from the town square, and the boss, big guy, Gordon Jump is his name. I can't remember, Mr. Carlson.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a big plan to get some ratings for the radio station, and so he's got Les out on remote, and all of a sudden the plane comes by with that banner that he couldn't read, and next thing you hear him say, "Oh, now there appears to be a skydiver coming out of the plane. Oh, that's fun. He hasn't opened his chute yet." And he goes, "Well, that seems weird. It's not a skydiver, it's a turkey. Oh my God, it's a turkey. There's another one, and there's another one." So all these turkeys are coming out, and they didn't know that turkeys can't fly. So next thing he hears, "Oh my God, they're hitting the ground like bags of wet cement. Oh, the humanity. I need to get out." And that's where he tried to go back in the store like you had said earlier. No, I can't go in there. And then Johnny Fever at the end.
Oh, yeah.
For those of you just turning in, the downtown square has been bombarded by turkeys.
Right.
And then, of course, at the end of the episode, Mark, Mr. Carlson comes in, and he looks all disheveled. He's been in the crowd, and, of course, the famous line.
"As God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly."
Just classic.
And some turkeys can fly, but I'm sure that they, went to a turkey farm and got
right.
them.
Well, and
like it was real, yeah. So.
Yeah. And the ones that can fly, I mean, they're kind of like your thing from 2 weeks ago. It's usually just 2 feet off the ground.
Well, we were talking, and David Letterman would always do a Thanksgiving thing, and he'd always have Jay Thomas.
Yeah, yes.
Jay Thomas
episode,
would be on there, and he would always try to hit the meatball that was, to kind of kick off everything, to hit the meatball on top of the Christmas tree.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, and he would always tell that story about the Lone Ranger.
That is classic.
So, if you get a chance, go to YouTube and look that up.
You've got to look that up. I'm not even going to try to spoil that one. You have to.
I can tell it, but it wouldn't be nearly as good as Jay Thomas telling it.
I think they'll believe me.
Yeah. Citizen.
Oh, yeah. You look up Jay Thomas, David Letterman, and that should... Oh, my God. It's hilarious.
Yeah. And, Thanksgiving, just a wonderful time. So I put together a little poem for you, Shawn.
Go ahead.
All right. Kind of going along with sometimes you just have to laugh, right?
Right.
The turkey popped out of the oven and rocketed into the air. It knocked every plate off the table and partially demolished a chair. It ricocheted into the corner and burst with a deafening boom, then splattered all over the kitchen, completely obscuring the room. It stuck to the walls and the windows. It totally coated the floor. There was turkey attached to the ceiling where there'd never been turkey before. It blanketed every appliance. It smeared every saucer and bowl. There wasn't a way to stop it. That turkey was out of control. I scraped and I scraped with displeasure and thought with chagrin as I mopped that I would never again stuff a turkey with popcorn that hadn't been popped. Some people do use popcorn in their turkeys.
Do they
to
really?
See if it's done when it's done. Apparently, I don't know. But
so wait. So they'll take it out of the oven, put the kernels in, and if the kernels pop, the turkey's ready.
I don't know if you stuff. Yeah, you put it in there with the stuffing, and when it pops.
That's interesting.
So it reminds me of the Charlie Brown Thanksgiving. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because they had popcorn.
Right.
Yeah, they had popcorn, toast, and jelly beans. I don't remember if there was another thing or not, but probably some kind of drink or something. But
right.
Yeah, just thinking back, because I mean, that was another way you knew that it was almost Thanksgiving, because Charlie Brown Thanksgiving would be out, and and Snoopy and his chef's hat, and just fun stuff like that.
Charles Schultz really knew comedy. He really did.
He did. He was funny, and I think Charlie Brown was based off of him.
Mm-hmm. I believe
which
so.
Is kind of funny.
It's his childhood, I think, isn't it?
I think so. I think it was kind of, the satire of it.
Right. Yeah. All right. Well, so I got to get that surprise ready. So I'm gonna start heading on down to Main Street.
You're going down to Main Street.
I'm going to Main Street. Yeah. So just keep the lines open. I'll call in. Just use the channel that we have for the phone, and I'll be right back.
Okay. Okay, so Shawn's going to be coming to us from out on Main Street. He really hasn't told me what's going on, so I'm not sure what.
Hey, Mark, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. So you're out on Main Street.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and ask why.
Oh, I've got a surprise in store.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
Ah, yeah, it's gonna be great.
Yeah. Do we have the number of a good lawyer?
All right, it should be starting any second now.
I'm frightened.
Yeah, I see it now.
See what? What are you talking about?
It's a turkey, Mark. Just a turkey.
A turkey?
Yeah, and he's wearing a little shirt, and it says Happy Thanksgiving from Randomosity with Shawn and Mark.
Wow, okay. That's pretty good. I'm actually impressed.
Hey, thanks. Now, where's the rest of them?
The rest of them? What do you mean, the rest of them?
The rest of the turkeys. This is the first annual Randomosity with Shawn and Mark Turkey Parade.
Oh, great. Here we go.
Ah, yeah, here they come.
Shawn, how many turkeys are in this parade?
300. And they've all got the shirts, too.
We don't have the money for that.
It's okay. I know a guy.
Oh, Lord.
All right, here we go. The parade has started. They're marching down Main now, and, well, if you were going off track, it's okay, though. They'll get back in line.
What was that?
Well, Turkey attacked a lady, but it's okay. She left. The turkeys got distracted. It's fine.
Are they blocking traffic?
Yeah, the idiot birds are just standing around now looking at each other.
You didn't get a permit, did you?
Well, that would have ruined the surprise.
We are so sued.
All right, they're moving again. We're back on track now. Oh my God, they're attacking the bystanders. These birds are angry, Mark. Hey, look out!
What the hell is happening?
Well, you see, this guy was recording everything with his phone, and I guess this turkey didn't like it.
The turkey didn't like the guy recording him?
Apparently not. He flew right into the guy's crotch beak first.
Mother of God.
It's just a sea of feathers and shredded clothes. Mark, this is bad.
You didn't need to tell me that, Shawn.
I'm gonna try and sneak out of here before... Oh, crap.
Oh, I'm afraid to ask.
Yeah, I hired a plane to fly by with a banner that reads, "This turkey parade is brought to you by Randomosity with Shawn and Mark."
Well, this was fun while it lasted. To recap, Main Street has just been overrun by stampeding turkeys. Now, that's going to do it for this show. Join us next week if we're allowed back. Thanks for listening, and...
Mark, I'm scared.
I bet you are. Have a great weekend, everyone.
Later. Oh, no!
Happy Thanksgiving
from Randomosity with Shawn and Mark.
Thanks for listening. We appreciate you being with us idiots here. Tell your friends and family about the podcast, and to see what other nonsense we're up to, check us out on Facebook at Randomosity with Shawn and Mark. And remember, we're idiots. What do we know?